iHeart by Daniel Johnson. Copyright 2020 by Renaissance.
And she does not want to be pulled back into the world or something like that. She thinks she has everything covered. She has automated as much of her process at work as she could and hired one of those remote secretaries to handle the unexpected. It is a great service for small accounts. Someone would cover your work if you are going to be away for an extended time. Most companies frown at the process, but they didn't need to know.
Yes, it's your reports. They were due last Wednesday. If you don't get to them soon, you won't have a job anymore. Come into the office now, Beth. I tried to make up an excuse for you, but it's just backfired. Norman is really pissed off, and the drop-dead due date for the reports is Friday.
Shit.
Beth mumbles. She begins to search around her accounts. She tries to get a hold of the temp. She tries, but there is no answer.
Christ.
She pushes the keypad away. She presses the remote, and the bed and the table fold, leaving her standing now in a very small room. She is a little dizzy at first, and then her legs feel weak. She sits down again on the only chair in the room next to the small table. She presses a few buttons on the keyboard on the wall. A small box on the wall begins to hum a few minutes, and then a bell sounds.
Chicken vindaloo and chai.
A female's voice says. She opens a small door on the box and pulls out a small heated plate with several compartments. After pulling off the foil on top, she begins to eat using the utensils attached to it. Her stomach feels a little queasy. The protocol calls for a wait of 4 hours before eating after long sessions, but she has been doing this for some time and now knows how to control her body. As she eats, she looks around at the silver gray room. It is void of almost any aesthetics. This was a room built for functionality, filled with many little metal and plastic devices, each designed for a specific purpose and crafted to fit tightly into the limited space available. After she finishes her food, she sits blankly staring at the room. After a few minutes, she presses the buttons on the wall again. The table turns over, dumping the empty plates to some unknown space and revealing a small sink with a row of dental cosmetic devices. She begins to brush her teeth with a small wand that has no bristles but seems to clean the teeth using some unseen waves. She pulls a small bottle from the rack and rinses her mouth. Next, she removes a full-body suit made of some type of synthetic material. The suit keeps her body hydrated and keeps it in perfect temperature during her sessions. It also prevents the muscles from becoming atrophied and developing bed sores. There is no need to bath, even if enough water was available. She opens up the VR bed again and goes to sleep. She opens her eyes and is surrounded by darkness. Slowly she begins to make out dim gray shapes that hold a bluish tint. Her mind could not seem to make a connection to them. They seem distant and curious to her. Everything is dim and blank, with different shades of gray. All angles are sharp and void of any artistic flair. The warm wooden texture and the pastel flowery fabrics of previous experiences are nowhere to be seen. She finds herself in a different and frightening world. The shock of her recent experience only serves to add to her trauma. In her half-stupor, she feels a melancholy wave pass over her. Her mind could not, or did not want to connect with this world, dimly lit by the blue LED lights on the control panel. Now, all at once, it struck her. She is back, and this is the real world. This is her life. She is Bethany Susan Bloom, a 32-year-old accountant who works for Milford and Jones Auditing Company. She is very good at what she does, but she hates it. She wants to be Lady Elizabeth Greystoke. She is Lady Elizabeth Greystoke. It is not fair, she mutters. She thinks about what she would have to do the next day.
You have been listening to iHeart by Daniel Johnson. Copyright 2020 by Renaissance Productions. For this and other writings, go to genesis2112.com or search SULI Daniel Johnson on Kindle, iBooks, or Barnes and Nobel.